Well, hey guys, Silly Tuck here. Welcome back to an episode of ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling. This is episode 96, 97, one of the two. We're getting up there, almost to triple digits. I'm pretty happy about that. This is House Party 1999. That's right. It's our television special for this month. We got 3 high-profile marquee matches on the card tonight. We've got, kicking us off, Shane Douglas versus Too Cold Scorpio. Remember, Too Cold Scorpio's come in. He's kind of just minded his own business, getting the occasional main event spots, of course, being somebody of a higher profile, right? It makes sense. Both in kayfabe and out, why you'd want to put somebody who had been part of the WWF in an upper role, you know what I mean? Give them more opportunities. Of course, it's that money, and God knows we know that need that money. Yeah, whatever the fuck I just said. We've got Sabu versus, I was going to say Rob Van Dam, that's wrong. Sabu versus Abyss in a rematch of their matchup from last month, I do believe, at the Heat Wave. Nope, not Heat Wave. Hostile City Showdown. Is Hostile City Showdown in Hostile? Where's show history? Here's show history. Yes, it was Hostile City Showdown. You can see here that, it was a TV special also. Interesting. Well, Abyss defeated Sabu in the Monsters Ball. Yeah, ain't that fun? I don't know. But yeah, no, we've got a rematch tonight, just a normal hardcore match. In our main event tonight, we've got the rematch again, Raven Sabu. This time, Raven Rob Van Dam for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. This is it. This is a big one. RVD can get his title back. He knows what's at stake now. He knows how many guys Raven has. I believe we know all the guys that Raven has. Uh-oh. Well, anyways, we'll see about that plot thread later on tonight. We are, of course, in the Jadwin Gymnasium. I believe we were here for last episode. You can kind of see the poll we're expecting. And without further ado, let's rock and roll. We're going to kick off with a 98 A-star from Kurt Angle. He hypes up his rematch next week against Mikey Whipwreck, citing that Whipwreck, you cheap bastard. Basically the promo he cut last week, but it opens up tonight. Angle's going to be world television champion once again. It's true. It's damn true. And I believe with that cue, I think we kick off. We do. 82B. Very well done. Awesome. And about that, great wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Shane Douglas defeated Too Cold Scorpio in 1755 by pinfall with a belly-to-belly suplex. So Shane Douglas picks up the victory. It's a nice little styles clash. Ooh, is that a reference to anything later on tonight? Wait a minute. I don't know. Yeah, Douglas beats Scorpio. Scorpio, of course, more of a high flyer. Douglas, more of a sports NT brawler, if you will. With a little bit of technical edge, of course, I will say. I'm not citing Shane Douglas as like an out-and-out brawler only, you know what I mean? But either way, pretty damn good opening match. But Shane Douglas has got a chair. And this doesn't look very good for Too Cold Scorpio. Or does it? As out of nowhere, running down the ramp, Chris Jericho slides into the ring, and he blasts Douglas across the back of the head with a big clothesline. He kind of makes sure Scorpio gets to safety, but as Douglas kind of gets back to his feet, Jericho hits him with a big enziguri. Quickly moving, he jumps off the ropes, lion salt, sending a message to Shane Douglas. He makes sure Too Cold Scorpio gets out of the ring, and it looks like Chris Jericho, he's either friends with Too Cold Scorpio, or he has a problem with Shane Douglas. Stay tuned next time, to figure that out, obviously. 47D, as we get a Stormtroopers promo. They're talking about Bubba Ray and Devon, and they're like, Bubba, Devon, alright, we're not like the Hardy Brothers. We're not fucking wusses. We'll put these belts on the line. We'll meet you, probably at the pay-per-view. Because, probably there, yeah. we get this match actually does quite well. In a decent match, Sabu gets his win back. He beats Abyss in 10:28 by pinfall, the triple jump moonsault. I always love the idea of the triple jump moonsault because I always see it as like done near a turnbuckle, right? I think this is actually how it's done, where it's like he jumps on the middle rope, then jumps across to the other set of ropes, right? So he moves diagonally almost, right? He second rope to the top rope and then flips off onto his opponent. Sabu picks up the victory. Sabu came out hot tonight, very obviously. He's wrestling like a wild man, like we have seen him do in the past. And it's just, in general, very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, very fun. Let's go with fun. Fun's a good word. Of course, not having fun, Abyss and Percy Pringle. But, they are both one apiece, so if you know how I book, if you know how normal booking works, if you watch pro wrestling, or if you know anything about sports or television in general, where there is a tie, it must be broken. So don't expect that to be the end of these guys. Against each other, that is. I don't know, one of them could just die tomorrow. In this game. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no, Sabu. Oh, no. 67C+, Jerry Lynn cuts a promo talking about how, he's feeling pretty good. He's had a rough patch a little bit off and on, but, he was world champion this time last year. He's still feeling pretty okay. He mentions Tommy Dreamer a little bit, seeing what Tommy's been going through, and surely it hasn't been that bad, right? He hasn't been to that kind of low, but he has been kind of predominantly forgotten, I'd say, on this card. But that's okay, because, Jerry Lynn says he's had his big run, you know what I mean? Like, he had his main event run, he had his title. He's playing with house money now in terms of his career. If he's got another world title run in him, that'd be really great. But, if there isn't, then, I can't complain. We got a Tosetsuba promo before our main event of the evening. It's just Hayabusa and Tajiri. I kind of wanted to lower the rating a little bit, just so then this main event could do pretty well, if it's going to do pretty well. Tajiri mostly talks for Hayabusa. They just talk about Taz. They hype up their fight, Hayabusa Taz 2. Going down very, very soon, most likely at the pay-per-view coming up. I forget what pay-per-view it is. Actually, I can just check with pre-booking. This is the beauty of this. Anarchy Rules. So Anarchy Rules looks like we'll be getting a tag match for the tag team titles. The Stormtroopers versus the Dudley Brothers, the Dudley Boys, and Hayabusa versus Taz. And before I get to the main event, I think I stated it in the opening angle, but I'm not sure. Main event of next episode's Hardcore TV will be Kurt Angle versus Mikey Whipwreck for the World Television Championship. Hold me to that. If it does not air, it's probably because I pushed it back to the pay-per-view, thinking that I was always planning on doing that. I will record typically... I don't record like in bursts, right? Because with ECW, look, you know what? I'll pad the timing a little bit and I'll just start talking about the series in general. It's weird because I'm very passionate about it, but it wanes on me over time. Like, there are definitely moments where I'm more passionate than others. I'm listening, or I'm halfway through listening to Something to Wrestle 46, which is the WWE ECW show. And that kind of made me go, oh yeah, I do kind of something like that. But like, a little bit more like not the worst thing to ever happen to anyone ever. I really do like this series in general, though, and kind of the group I've made in this roster and stuff like that. I'm sure I'll talk more about that on the year-end show. We're actually not that far from 2000, which is, wow, that's really crazy, isn't it? 2000. But overall, I was going to say thank you all so much for watching. We haven't even, done... It's weird. I don't do big talks in the middle of episodes, but I felt like it was just appropriate for what I was feeling. Because we go with the flow here on the show, bro. Oh, man, I am definitely a dope rapper. God, I love doing this. Main event time. 82p, so exact same as it was before. But then it's superb wrestling and good heat Raven. He defeated Rob Van Dam in 22:53 by pinfall with an even flow DDT, following interference from CM Punk, Daphne, Abyss, and Percy Pringle. Raven makes defense number 1 of his world heavyweight title. Now, what can I say, man? Like, Rob knew the odds. He knew he was going to have to fight an uphill battle. I would have wished the company did a little bit more to keep these guys at bay. Steel cage match, maybe. Who knows? Maybe Paul can't afford that. Maybe we can't afford that. Maybe, just maybe, it was intentional to do it like this, and Rob wasn't probably going to win the belt back. And wait, is this a work or a shoot now? I don't know. I often jump back and forth between, on character speaking and off character speaking, because I think that there's two kind of qualities I look for in a TEW series, right? It's kind of figuring out what somebody is thinking while they're booking a show, or just the ideas in general, right? Because a lot of fun with TEW is hearing the ideas and what people are going to do with different ideas and how different things will set up. You know what I mean? The creativity aspect. I do this as my primary creative outlet in life, right? I make YouTube videos, and I've been very, blessed to be doing so for the past, 4 years, I think now, which is, absolutely insane. I think it'll be coming up on 5 or maybe 4. I'm not sure. But of course, thanks to all you guys, I'm still doing this pretty consistently. I like to think that without the audience, I'd still be doing this. I don't interact that much with the comment section. I try to help out where I can, but sometimes I just can't be bothered to. But yeah, a random mid-video thank you all, as always, for supporting me in general. It makes me feel pretty fucking cool sometimes when I can, go to people I know in real life and say, hey, look, that many people who, don't know who I am really kind of think I'm kind of smart or maybe funny, or maybe neither. Maybe you're all just subbed here because of Putty and 370, which, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. I don't really care. But yeah, thank you. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know why I'm being like this today. Mostly because I realized this episode was going to be really short because I didn't have that much to say. So yeah, Raven picks up the victory, and I don't think anybody debuted like I hinted at. Weird. What about... Oh, no. Nope, still nobody. Weird. 98 as we close the show with Raven with Daphne holding his belt up. He's done it. He's still champion. He survives. And RVD is dejected looking. He's very upset. He's upset. 1,500 on his head. That's disrespect. Something like that, Like my guy and fellow rap lyricist, Drake. Gang. God, why did I don't know, it's weird, because my character on this isn't typically, really cringe, but, sometimes, in order to truly understand cringe, we must become what... I don't know what I'm doing. I did literally just debated on redoing this episode, but I'm not, because I want to title this episode... I don't know what to title this episode. Something along the lines of, what the fuck am I talking about? Maybe just a random conversations. I don't know. But anyways, there's your show. It does a 85B plus up in 7. Good stuff. We're putting out really great shows, even though, of course, we are hemorrhaging money. That's okay. I can always go to Vince and take out a loan and be like, that's okay. When we go out of business, you can own us, even though... that probably won't happen. Pray. It won't. I won't let it happen. I will just keep giving me money because I enjoy doing this, and I don't play TW to, play TW. If you were... Listen here. I think I say this. I think me and Putty have very similar ideas on this. Man, that's a double Putty name drop. The views on this video are going to skyrocket. If you want to play TW, seriously, it's a game... I think the Seaverse is your best bet, because those characters are designed how the game was meant to be played. I find that real life, real world, whatever you want to call it, saves are done mostly for fantasy booking. Like, I do this just because I kind of like the direction that ECW was starting to go, kind of mix that with early to mid 2000s Ring of Honor, early to early 2000s TNA, kind of all that kind of stuff kind of works a lot in my head, right? Like, all of that, there's a focus on, cruiserweights being able to do flippy shit, but they're not limited to that like they would be in WCW at this time, right? They're not cruiserweights, they're just guys who are smaller and can do dope shit. But you also have a good mix of hardcore stuff. You've got that culty vibe towards it, you know what I mean? Like, I really do kind of like all that setup. I do love, continuously, how we just get thrashed in the ratings by Saturday night. Like, it's like Saturday night, we'll get like 2 million viewers, and we'll get like 50,000. And I'm like, I am the third company. WF, the new people for the WF kind of concerns me because I'll give you a little backstage tidbit. They tried to sign Raven, but I needed Raven. Or how about this? They tried to sign Raven right when Raven won the belt. And I've talked to people about this who kind of are involved a little bit in the creative process of the series off screen, talking about how I went in, whatever, and I became Vince for a day just to decline that offer, and then blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't have done that had it have been around now. So if Raven decides, it sucks because I'm so locked in with what I want to do for November to Remember, which, by the way, spoilers, it requires Raven. I don't think he's going to defend his belt another time until November to Remember anyways. I know what the Anarchy Rules main event is going to be, and it's not a title defense. So I will probably keep tabs on him. I'll probably keep him if they do that, but afterwards he's free to go because I don't have any big plans after November to Remember. When November to Remember hits, clean slate, right? It's a season ender, right? It's what you're supposed to do. It's what the Fed does after WrestleMania, where boom, your big season is done. Now it's time to figure out what you want to do for this year, or I guess the next year in that case. But yeah, overall, here's a quick little look at all of our fun stuff. No titles change hands tonight. We only had the one on the line, so here's a quick rundown of your champions. Stay tuned. I just like breathed in something real terrible. My voice sounds off. It's because I'm still sick. I'm still quite sick, but I'm believing now it's just allergies. So I've started taking allergy pills again because it's weird. I always forget that I have allergies until all of a sudden, like, my body's like, hey, you've got allergies. And I'm like, oh shit, man, I have allergies. What the fuck? We had a lot of people going on maternity leave. Oh, January. September, 9 months. Yeah, New Year's Eve, baby. That's okay, though. No worries there. Who is Chastity on maternity leave from? Who got Chastity pregnant? Guido. What the fuck, Guido? Why the fuck you, like... Damn you, Guido. It's fine. Beulah, of course, with Tommy. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I will change this back to normal off screen. I'll see you in the next episode of Hardcore TV, where we will see Kurt Angle attempt to regain the World Television Championship from Mikey Whipwreck. Yeah. This is Silly Tuck. Signing out.